During the course of their exploration, the research team has finally made a significant and surprising discovery. They were excavating a borehole, which may very well be the solution to all of the questions that haven't been answered yet. The 7th episode of Season 11 shows our determined Lagena team of explorers making progress and having frustrating hurdles. What's below the hot island surface in the money pit and along the shores of Lot 5 has kept fans glued to the show. The Lagena brothers take things a step further to solve these mysteries. Everyone is still wondering, are they getting closer to finding the treasures on the island, or are they just moving the sands? Come with us as we watch the 7th episode of The Curse of Oak Island's 11th season, Garden Shaft. The Curse of Oak Island takes the team underground this season. Rick and Marty Lagena brothers go into the Garden Shaft. The shaft is 228 years old and could hold the key to the island's secrets, which have been kept for hundreds of years. Before Rick and Marty put on their gear, Roger tells them about a scary part of the shaft where water can get in. They see this as a major threat to their search for Oak Island's secret treasure, since water has always been the hardest thing to get past. Rick and Marty don't give up, so they quickly put on their safety gear and go into the depths. Going down makes things more tense. No one knows what's going on in the garden shaft. Nothing is known about what's at the bottom, whether it's a trap or wealth. As they walk, they get closer to the bottom of the shaft. At the very end, there is the key to solving the puzzle of the island. The crew from Dumas Contracting has already moved the shaft 87 feet. Their final goal is to go 96 feet deep. Will they finally make the progress they've been looking for? It's possible that the garden shaft will kill someone else in its long and sad past. In the present, Oak Island's strategic core drilling operation had found a 7th tunnel. The Oak Island team was now determined to break through this last tunnel and solve the puzzle of Oak Island. Here, a tunnel from the 1600s goes east to west towards the Baby Blob, an area 80 to 120 feet below the surface with a lot of gold and silver. The team was also having trouble with water getting into the garden shaft, which was another direct threat to exploration. An expanding foam will be used to fill in the holes so that water can't get in. The team will work on getting to the tunnel after they fix the water issue. This cave might hold the key to Oak Island's mysteries. If the tunnel can't be reached, Dumas Contracting can build a new one, Aladdin's Cave. At the same time, Rick, Marty, and Craig Tester called the team in the Money Pit area to find out what was going on with the water tests. This is what Dr. Matt Lukeman and Dr. Fred Michael found. It turns out that all of the well water tests have organic matter in them. This shows that people have been here before, and it could help you find the prize. L16 Deep, which is thought to lead into a big empty cave, is one of the most interesting ideas. The water has organic stuff in it, and this cave could be where it comes from. It's also possible that the treasure is kept there. The team is thrilled with these findings and can't wait to keep researching. They think they're about to figure out Oak Island's mystery. Rick, Marty, Craig, and the rest of the team are quickly following another hint in the Money Pit area. They have found the mysterious Aladdin's Cave, a 150-foot deep limestone cave. Sonar and camera pictures suggest that it may be a built structure, and tests of the water revealed levels of gold and organic materials, like wood, that had never been seen before, showing that people have been there. But this is odd because there aren't any known effects at that level that were caused by people. A number of doctors, such as Matt Lukeman, Ian Spooner, and Fred Michael, have recently found new evidence to back this idea. They hope that the cave has traits that were made by people. Rick understands what it means. If things are up in that cave away from people, it has a huge meaning. It doesn't make any sense at all. Aside from the base, there shouldn't be any living things there, but there is wood. There must be something, since these 3 tools all point to it. They think that more research needs to be done. They plan to drill a new hole near the bottom of the hole, where they have the most height, and send a second camera down. This could be a clue about where the opening or tunnel to a cave is. Finding organic matter in Aladdin's Cave changes everything. It suggests that people have been there and that there may be wealth waiting to be found. Aladdin's Cave is a huge, interesting hole in the rock that is full of possibilities. It's a great option to tunneling because the clay beds are very close together, and the presence of organic matter like wood shows that people have been there. This strongly points to an object that was made artificially, and the puzzle grows. Borehole hole KL 14.5 and Lot 5. Terry Matt, a famous Oak Island scholar and geologist, keeps an eye on borehole KL 14.5 near borehole L16. They want to find the cave and use a camera to look down to see if there is a way in. You can feel the excitement. People are still drilling in borehole KL 14.5, and they can only hope that they will reach the cave and find a way in. On a different front, Carmen Legg, a metal expert, looks at things that were dug up near Lot 5's shore. Subsurface magnetometry data clearly shows that there is some kind of hidden feature beneath. 3 metal objects found nearby suggest a connection with Sir William Phipps, a politician and privateer from the 1600s. A spike that was made by hand was possibly a scupper nail used in shipbuilding. Its flat head, and the fact that it was found in the early 1600s and early 1700s, lead to some interesting theories. Is it a piece of a shipwreck? The metal and wood have been taken to be used again? The chlorine in the nail makes the saltwater link even stronger. Lucky for us, Sir William Phipps was in Nova Scotia in the 1600s, so he fits the time frame. He is also connected to the Concepcion, a Spanish galleon carrying a wealth chest that sank off the coast of the Dominican Republic, which makes it even harder to find him. Most importantly, the English crown only got a small part of Concepcio's wealth. What will happen to the rest of them is still a mystery. Are these things proof that Sir William Phipps got on Oak Island with the lost Concepcio treasure? It's interesting to think about the potential. As more information comes out from Aladdin's Cave and Lot 5, the mystery on Oak Island grows. Drilling in borehole KL 14.5 hits the mysterious cave at a depth of 142.5 feet in the Money Pit area. This makes a hole that is more than 3 meters high. This is great news because geologist Terry Matten and archaeologist Moya MacDonald think the cave is a geological mystery that may have been made by people. A high-definition camera used for more research shows what looks like a square-headed bolt on the floor. It may have been made by a man. This makes it possible for people to be inside the cavern, which has led to rumors that it might
and is approximately 10 feet below the surface. It is a bittersweet moment because Dumas does not have the legal permits to extend the shaft deeper at this time of year, and they cannot risk the future of the project or the safety of their team by attempting to breach the bottom of the shaft to explore what could be dangerously unstable ground below the level of elation when they describe a non-ferrous hit. However, the discovery of a non-ferrous strike indicates the presence of a non-ferrous metal, which is cause for celebration. Dumas does not have the legal permissions to extend the shaft further at this time of the year, so the event is both thrilling and disappointing. At this time of year, the shaft can no longer be extended. It is extremely disheartening to realize that this objective cannot be achieved. Both the glacial tumulus system and the series of water-filled anhydrite holes that lie beneath Oak Island may be responsible for the periodic inundation of the pit. Oak Island is situated on top of a glacially formed tumulus system. Oak Island consists of a collection of glacial tumuli. This type of limestone is extremely susceptible to dissolution in the presence of water. Consequently, this process can result in the formation of caverns and other natural cavities. Near the excavation pit, bedrock may be encountered at depths spanning from 38 to 45 meters, 125 to 148 feet. People have been seeking for treasures and artifacts since the 18th century and have made numerous attempts to do so. The Holy Grail, Shakespearean manuscripts, pirate treasure, and the Ark of the Covenant are examples of the types of artifacts that have been suggested to be located on the island. In addition to the Holy Cross and the Holy Spire, it has been hypothesized that other objects exist on the island. According to a widely held theory, the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant were both interred on the island by the Knights Templar. Several items that were initially discovered on the island have progressively made their way to the island's surface over the years. Several of these objects have been subjected to carbon dating, and the results indicate that their ages span from the hundreds to the thousands of years. Enjoying this video so far? Have you yet subscribed? Be sure to do this and enable post notifications to be notified when the next discovery video becomes available. The Lagena brothers would almost certainly receive the preponderance of the wealth. The first piece of information we possess is that the treasure trove license encompasses the current Oak Island search being conducted by the Lagena brothers. This government regulation stipulates that licensed treasure hunters are permitted to legally retain 90% of any money they locate. Marty elaborates by speculating that if a significant treasure were to be discovered on Oak Island, it is likely that additional claimants will emerge and argue for their legal proprietorship of the treasure's contents. This is said to clarify his previous statement. These claimants may assert their ownership based on a characteristic of their place of residence, their familial history, or another factor. To state it more succinctly, A large number of individuals would attempt to acquire at least a portion of the mythical wealth. However, it is difficult to predict whether any of these individuals would be successful. At the end of the day, at least two parties stand to benefit from the wealth: the Lagena brothers and the government. Neither of these groups has an exclusive claim to the prospective benefits of wealth. Each of these parties would have a valid claim to at least a portion of the wealth, if not the entire sum. On the other hand, only the passage of time will reveal whether or not a situation similar to this will ever occur in the Curse of Oak Island. On a mysterious island, a research team unearths a wealth of treasure. Click the following video to see what they discovered.